Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Ellendary. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit organization solely dedicated to helping you and everyone with Parkinson's regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. Thank you so much for joining me today for our home practice session. Before we get started, we have two announcements. Number one, please refrain from putting any political information in the chat. Sandy will have to delete it, and she just hates to do that. So please, right now, for the next 18-20 minutes, focus on you and your speech and your swallowing. So we would greatly appreciate that. Second announcement, there is still room for the lecture that I am presenting tomorrow at Parkinson Voice Project. The 12 p.m. lecture is full, but we opened up a second one at 2 o'clock p.m. It's not too late to RSVP, but it would be helpful if y'all do that this morning. So you can RSVP by calling our clinic or by sending an email to intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org. Make sure to give us your name, the names of the people you are bringing, and your phone number so that we can send out a reminder. And then next week I will announce when I will repeat this lecture, the presentation online for those of you that do not live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, today's topic that Lisa prepared for us, the solar system. Everybody say the solar system with intent. Ready? The solar system. Again, the solar system. Are you using your very best voice? Like the best voice? Try it again. Ready? The solar system. And now let's all smile with intent. Very good. Take a sip of water. We're going to do the first exercise, the warm-ups, but then I want to read a message that was in the chat last week from Alan. And I've been holding on to it because I really want to talk to you about it. I really want you to understand it. So let's do the warm-up first. Every syllable, lift your voice and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Flip the switch. May, me, my, mo, moo. If you are new to these sessions and you don't know what I mean by flip the switch, we are trying to convert your speech from automatic, which it normally is, okay, but with Parkinson's it can't be. So we're trying to convert the speech from automatic to intentional. So think of the intentional motor system like a light switch, and every time before you start speaking, you're going to flip the intentional motor system on. Ready? Turn it on. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again, turn on the intentional motor system. May, me, my, mo, moo. And this time we're going to think about it even more by stretching out the vowels. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. Take your sip of water with intent, and I'm going to read this message that I saw in the chat last week. It was from Alan from Rio Vista, California. All of you know Alan and Charlie if you've been practicing for a while. So Alan said, for some reason, I tried to swallow 3 pills at once yesterday. It did not work. One got stuck I coughed it up. It flew out with such force, it must have really been stuck. Let that be a warning to us all. So what I want to bring up is this point. Well, first of all, we want to take one pill at a time. And if we ever feel like our pills are getting stuck, one little technique you could try is to take your pills with applesauce. Many of my patients do that, and it helps them. So you could try that. But what I want to point out to you, Alan, and everybody else, the fact that you were able to cough, and you coughed with such great force that the pill flew out, okay? That means the muscles that you're using for speaking and swallowing are strong. The point I'm trying to make is that as you are going through these exercises, you are not only improving your speech, not only improving your swallowing, but your ability to give a very effective cough. Now imagine if Alan had never been through speech therapy, didn't know anything about intent, hadn't been doing the exercises, that might have been a very different story. If you are diagnosed with a Parkinson plus disorder, which makes conversation more difficult than regular Parkinson's, I want you to keep in mind that these exercises are about so much more. When you talk, you take the air in, you contract the muscle into your lungs, expand the lungs, contract the muscles, and you talk. When you swallow, it's the same when you cough, when you need to cough, it's the same movement. You take the air in, expand your lungs, contract the muscles, and cough. And so I want you to keep doing these exercises and think about it. And congratulations, Alan. I'm very proud of you and just proud that the exercises are working. Okay, let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Open your mouth and ah. Ready? We want the sound to be clear, so if it sounds raspy, try to project out a little bit more. See if it'll clear up. Ready? When the voice sounds clear, then you know that the muscles are working the way they should. Okay, we're always shooting for a clear voice. Try it again. Good, and we want a consistent sound. It takes a lot of muscle strength to keep it and not to be yelling. We don't want to yell. We're speaking out. We're projecting our voices forward, okay? But we're not yelling. Okay, let's do a shorter ah. Ready? Ah. Good. Turn on the intentional motor system. Ah. Good. We're done with the ahs. Take your sip of water. When you grab that cup, when you're reaching out, you're going to flip that switch and use intent. And you're going to do this all day long. All right. Next exercise, the glides. Project out a steady ah first. So we're using intent. We're being deliberate. Steady ah, then glide up. Ready? Ah. Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Flip the switch. Ah. Ah. are training yourself to use intent. It's the same thing when you walk. Before you even take a step, you're going to turn on the intentional motor system and start walking with intent. If you can't do this during this practice session or during your physical, your boxing classes, I want you to think about it. If you can't do it during the practice session, you're going to have a hard time doing it in real life. So don't be too hard on yourself. Train yourself during these practice sessions. Let's go ahead. Another one. Good. Let's do another one. This exercise is very important for your swallowing. This exercise stretches your vocal folds and makes them more flexible. They can become stiff with Parkinson's. So when you glide up or down, you're stretching them in different ways like a rubber band. And so if something tries to go down wrong and you go and you start coughing, your vocal folds slam together, okay, and try to get out that water or food or a pill, right, out. And when the muscles are stiff, they can't work as well. So this glide is making your vocal folds more flexible so that when something, and also, so think of these as the vocal folds. Think about how thin water is. It tries to go down and your vocal folds are not stiff. They move, they stretch, they get longer, and they go, nope, you're not going down there. Huh. All right, one more glide. Good. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. I've done a lot of educating, so for our counting, we're just going to count to 10 forward and backward. When we get to number 10, repeat it. Don't think about the breathing. Just think about throwing every number over your computer. Ready? Here we go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Take a sip of water. We're going to move on to the reading. Thank you to Lisa for preparing today's session. It's about the solar system. We're going to read these sentences with intent. Before you start, you're going to flip that switch and tell yourself, I'm going to speak with intent. I'm going to use the very best voice I can muster up and exaggerate the highlighted words. Ready? There are 8 planets in the solar system. Read it with more intent. Ready? There are 8 planets in the solar system. Next. Saturn is known for its rings. If I were to audio record you reading and I couldn't see the words, would I be able to hear which words you are exaggerating, or do they all sound the same? Let's try to be more deliberate about this. Ready? Saturn is known for its rings. Good job. Next one. The largest planet in the solar system is Jupiter. Again, The largest planet in the solar system is Jupiter. And there's Jupiter. Ready? Neptune is blue and the most distant planet. Again, with more intent. Neptune is blue and the most distant planet. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to show you a planet. Name it with intent. Go ahead. That's right. Everybody say Jupiter with more intent. Ready? Jupiter. Next. Which planet is this? Say it with intent. That is Neptune. Now, make up a sentence with the word Neptune. Before you say it, flip the switch. Say every single word with intent. A sentence with the word Neptune. All right. And last one. Which planet is this? Say it with intent and make up a sentence with the name. Yes, it's Saturn. Take a sip of water with intent as you bring the cup to your mouth. Really think about it. I wrap my lips around the lip of the cup and I'm concentrating when I'm swallowing because I don't want to spill this in front of all of you. All right. Before we do Dr. Boone's words, I want to remind you that on Thanksgiving Day, I am planning a special session for you and your family. Go ahead and let your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, everybody who's going to be at your home on Thanksgiving, or if you're going to go to someone else's home, make sure their TV works and they can pull up the exercises, and you'll do your exercises with your family. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing this for a couple years, and it's wonderful. All right. Dr. Boone's words. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. Those sounds force the back of the tongue to go up and hit the roof of your mouth. And when you swallow, you can't swallow. Your swallow will not kick in until your tongue goes up high enough. So use a lot of intent. Ready? Gula gang ga ga. Again. Gula gang ga ga. And the next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Ku ka mangu ka. Really exaggerate. Ready? Gangla, gangla, and the last one, kukla, kukla. If you need water, go ahead and take a sip. We're going to end with our bonus reading. Just a reminder that tomorrow is our Parkinson sing-along, so plan on practicing for this session and then hopping on the Zoom call for the Parkinson sing-along. If you didn't get to participate last week, the video is there. It's on the homepage of our website. Sandy will post it in the chat. Check it out. It's so much fun, and they were dressed up in costumes. All right, here we go. The bonus reading, let's read it with intent. Saturn is a massive ball made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Let's read that sentence again. Okay, ready? Saturn is a massive ball made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Saturn is not the only planet to have rings, but none are as spectacular or as complex as Saturn's. Saturn also has dozens of moons. Saturn is 9 times wider than Earth. You can download today's reading material. Take that bonus reading. Practice reading it with intent. Audio record yourself reading it and then listen to it without looking at the words. Can you tell when the words are highlighted? Or even better, let somebody else listen to you reading it and have them raise their hand every time they hear you exaggerating a word, and see if it matches what's in writing. It's a great way to practice with intent. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.